Um, bear with me as I pop into some things here because we are going to, let me mute that. Okay, so, all right, I'm in here. So we are back, guys. All right. So, first of all, I ain't running from some little fucktards, excuse my language, that decided to get on our chat and be a pain in my ass. So let me set something straight. You guys out there who think you're funny and are dickless wonders, bring it on. I will find you. I have ways of finding you, and I will make your life living hell. And if you don't think so, try me. All right. Now that the public service announcement is done, let us continue. I'll take my glasses off so I don't have that bad reflection. So here it is. So like I said, we achieved our mission by end of turn 13. So roughly approximately 30 to 32 minutes. Thanks, Chip, for welcoming us back. Everybody survived. We rescued the ambassador. We ended up smoking a whole bunch of people in the later turns, especially with that saw. So be on the lookout for that at some point, guys. Let's see what happens this time. So yeah. So be on the lookout for it. I will get it out as soon as I can. I promise. My hope is to have it done by Thursday night's video. So it's just a lot of editing going into it. I mean, that's just rough edit. If I'm going to put some graphics and other stuff to it, it's still going to take some time. Anyways, future of the podcast. So as you know, we've made a move, myself and Dawn, down to Florida Keys to start work at a hospital down in Key West. What does that mean for like the boot camp? Boot camp, our gaming weekend in February. Nothing's changed at this point. We still own our home in Illinois. My sister is actually living in it to take care of it for us, just because we want to make sure moving down here is the right thing to do. And if not, we have a home to go back to. So as of right now, everything is good to go. So, you know, as of right now, guys, if you're planning on coming to the weekend or been thinking about it, please do so. We've got some really good sponsors, and we'd really like to see you all join us for that boot camp. So Rasmus is in the house. Thank you, Rasmus. Jim is online. Like I said, Chip's here. Chris is here joining us. So let's shift gears a little bit. So again, like I said, the future of the podcast, we're at full steam ahead. I personally needed to take a break for a few weeks just because of this move that's going on, and a new job. I walked away from my other job. Sometimes I shake my head going, why did I walk away from a 6-figure job? You know, not to brag about how much I get paid, but sometimes the amount of income does not match the stress and the anxiety that comes with it. So, yeah. So we made this decision to make this move. So we're hoping this helps a lot. And the cool thing is I'm only 3-4 hours away from the big Jim Heriskany. So there's going to be some in-person gaming going on. We might be doing some good old Avalon Hill games. And I am so looking forward to that. So, you know, I'm hoping that, you know, when we play Classic, you know, we have some great times. I brought a very limited stack of games. If you listen to the last podcast, you know, we asked the question, if you only had 2 totes of gaming stuff you could bring with you, what would you bring, right? So, hey, Jen's in the house. Hey, Jen. Welcome, for Lydian, however you say it. So I brought Custer's Last Stand. I brought Victoria Cross 2, which is Island Wanda and Rourke's Drift. I brought Little Bighorn. I brought a couple Avalon Hill games. I brought Source of the Nile. I brought some really obscure Avalon Hill games. I didn't bring some of the classics like Panzer Blitz because Jim's got them, and we can always play them, and we can now have the Southern Command Gaming Club, if you will. So Chris is full steam ahead. If you saw teasers on the Facebook page, it looks like he's got some North Hag action going on, and he'll be showing that soon. Marty and Chris W are working on rebuilding the video studio. They're moving the equipment out of my house in Illinois to Chris's house. He's only a few miles from my house, but since they're there and I'm here, they'll be able to do some production there. So we're spreading our wings and hopefully get some better, more regular content. Thursdays has just been really tough for me over the last few months. And that's just because of everything going on. And, I wish I could make this a full-time job. It would make things so much easier and we'd have some amazing content. Which brings me to, sorry, Jen, this is the new house. This is in the Keys. This is going to be our office game room, this one. But there was an announcement made today by my dear friends over at Beast of War on Tabletop. Warren and Lloyd have decided to sell or merge, however you want to put it. I believe it's a sale of assets to Wayland Games. It hit me hard. I'll be honest with you. Reason being is that Dawn and I got involved with Beast of War when they were used before on Tabletop, right after they came back from Ireland, or came back to Ireland from England after the debacle that was Wayland Games back then. If you go back in their history, you will find a video of Warren and Lloyd. I think it's Warren and Lloyd, but it may be just Warren talking about how their content was being threatened from a company and that Wayland Games couldn't support them because major supplier, a lot of the business stuff. So they decided to go on their own and move back to Ireland and became what they are today. I can't say I didn't expect something like this to happen, being that this year has just been really hard on the gaming industry in general. I did see a lot of consolidation coming. I mean, look, CMON's consolidated with Asmodee. Fantasy Flight Games is Asmodee. I mean, everything has been consolidated into several of the bigger conglomerates. And I'm just worried, to be honest with you. Even though I'm not actively participating as a staff member of the Beast of War news team, like we used to, we kind of took this year off. Thank God, COVID, right? I'm just really worried and concerned that the content is not going to be what it was. Warren says that they're all staying, and I've been through 3 mergers in the last 7 years. The last merger is what basically did it for me. And so I'm just worried. Warren is a nice, lovely family. And, I'm just worried about their future. I'm hoping they got a sweet deal out of it and we're able to put, a nice nest egg away for those rainy days or, that they're taken care of. I'm assuming they would. I mean, Warren and Lloyd are very smart business people. They may act like goofballs on video, but in truth, they're extremely smart when it comes to video or to business. They've been basically self-employed in one aspect or another since university, as they call it, college. So my fear is that OTT Beast of War is not going to be the same. As much as we hope it will be, and I think Warren truly believes it will be, I think now that it's under a big corporate umbrella, because Wayland has bought a ton of IPs. They bought Drop Zone, they bought Mythos, and they bought Wild West Exodus, and several other IPs. I can't remember what the other ones. They bought the Venice game, which I really like. What's it called? I can't remember. I mean, I have the set. I just can't remember. Anyways, they've bought a lot of IPs. They're becoming a big name in miniature gaming industry. Carnivale. Thank you, Rasmus. Carnivale was Troll Trader. No, I thought it went to Wayland. Maybe I got those confused, but okay, well, that's all right then. But regardless, who went to where, we know Wayland has become a big player in Malifaux. No, Malifaux still, surprisingly, Malifaux is still independent at this time. Weird Games. But yeah, no, Wayland did take all the Spartan games. You're right. I mean, like I said, they've taken a lot of stuff. Jim can speak to it the same. Being a team member of Beast of War, whether we've had our ups or downs with disagreements, it's just, I don't know. I'm sad. I'm sad. I'm nervous because a truly independent voice in gaming world is kind of lost. There's a difference of opinion, because they started going back to the big GW bandwagon, which is actually a smart business move in some ways because it is the biggest IP out there for miniature wargaming, and you're going to get a lot more viewers and support that way. However, I think they really had made their niche on some of the smaller independent games, like Mantic Games and Horus Belly, and a lot of the smaller companies that weren't getting the airtime, on some of the other media sources out there for miniature wargaming. I was very proud to be a member of Beasts of War. I'm still proud to be a member of Beasts of War. Warren, in our last conversation, this prior to the announcement today, said he still considers us part of the team. We're just on a hiatus, right? So I don't know how you guys feel about it. And I know a lot of you are members of Beast of War. I don't know. I really don't know. But I can promise you that SITREP will continue on as an independent source, and I don't know what to do with my glasses. I dropped them. Excuse me for a minute. Try and read some comments, and my spectacles are in the way. Chip says, I like their Indie of the Week segment. Great stuff there. Yeah, they had that, we had such turnover. I don't want to say turnover. We had a lot of people come and go over the last year, 2 years. You had Carolyn, and you had, Lance is gone now, and good old Tim, he's still there. Not Tim, Tom, sorry. And sorry, Tom. Jerry's there. He was a later addition to the team. There's just a lot of the people that were there are gone and moved on. I mean, that's the way it is. Rasmus, I totally get where you're coming from on that. Jim's on YouTube as well. He's my guardian over on YouTube in case we have to put the smack down on anybody. But what really gets me is I have made a lot of great friends through Beast of War. I consider Warren and Andrea and the kids part of my extended family. I tell people when we're going over to Ireland to see people, I'm going over to see family. I'm visiting my family in Ireland. I met Rasmus, through Beast of War. I met Jim through Beast of War. And Jen, can't forget Jen. So we've made a lot of good connections, and 2020 has really just kicked us in the shorts, to put it bluntly. Chris Long, I met him through Beast of War. One of the original founders of this podcast. Um, I learned a lot from Lloyd. Lloyd taught me so much over the years on how to do proper video and audio and things like that. Still learning. Gaz is in the house. Hey, Gaz. I'm assuming Gaz has heard the news. We met Gaz through Beast of War, and Gaz he's like my brother. We consider him. Gaz is part of our family. He has shared holiday meals with us now, so he is part of my family. He has broken bread at my table at Thanksgiving and suffered through my dad at Thanksgiving. So Gaz is my brother. So I'm very thankful for that. It's just I hope the future's good for them. We had guns and turkey for Thanksgiving. Great. We went shooting. So it's actually dropped the almost. There wouldn't be a sit rep. You're 100% right. Without OTT Beast of War, there would be no sit rep podcast. It really is what drove us to do this. We saw a gap in coverage regarding modern warfare, and we decided to pick up that chalice, that helm, if you will, and continue on. So, anyways, I don't want it to sound like this is the death knell for OTT. I'm sure hoping it's not. I hope Wayland Games has a lot of good plans for it. We'll just have to wait and see. It's a tough time. So, but we can't slow down here at SITREP. Even with all the life curves that have been thrown at us over this year of 2020. So let's talk about another avenue, and that would be pirates. Our next project after, is the pirates. So we need, for all you people out there listening, where are we going with this? Are you backing the new Blood and Plunder series? So, Chip, I honestly, my weekend was the Weekender and the Sunday show, so the backstage show, I haven't watched it in a while, to be honest with you, because of COVID this year. We've been so busy at work, because I work in healthcare. So, we haven't really watched it. To be honest with you, I'm not too big on this work from home video thing. And I know they have to, but it just didn't feel the same. But, but yeah, I miss it. I loved being on the show. To me, that was like a pinnacle for us, who've been on the Weekenders and the backstage shows. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see what happens with the rest of you, because I messaged Warren today. He has not messaged directly back. We haven't talked in a while, face to face. We'll just have to see. So I don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, pirates. Let's talk pirates. Arg. That's one of the reasons why we moved down to Keith. Let's be honest. The land of the pirates down here. So, are you backing the Kickstarter right now for Blood and Plunder, the plastic kits? They look really great. To be honest with you, I haven't even looked at them. That's all bad on me, because I should just call this the Tuesday Ramble, right? Sorry, guys. Blood. I'm just looking it up. Plunder. 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 Fucking Blunder. Where is it? What the heck is going on here? What's Project L? What is Firelock? Thank you. Here it is. Raise the Black. All right. Well, they're at 232. 21 days ago. They had a quick start, and then things kind of fell off. So we'll have to keep an eye on it. They got 21 days. Actually, I'm looking at these prices, and I agree with you. That's the only reason I haven't pulled the trigger, Chip, is I have a whole bunch of, I have 6mm Napoleonics still sitting in the box that I got at Adepticon from 2 years ago, I still have my North Hag still sitting in the back. Chris is making me look terribly bad. But, Blood and Plunder is our next project, so I have to do something. But honestly, we'll just order the current kits because we have to do our next series on that. I'm interested to see where Jim goes with this with historical content because honestly, my only frame of reference is Treasure Island and some of the other pirate movies and things. So I'm looking to Jim to give us that guidance on the historical aspect because we are a historical wargaming, channel podcast, and we want to make sure we've got some historical accuracy in that. I could just drive over and be like, yeah, now we could do that, Jim. Rasmus is right. So yeah, if you guys are looking for really good terrain and you are into 3D printing, Printable Scenery out of Australia does a really good pirate set of terrain that you could print. Cutthroat Island. Oh God, the worst movie ever in the history of pirate movies. Cutthroat Island. It is terrible. It's almost as bad as Hook. I hate Hook and I hate Cutthroat Island. Yeah, unbelievable. Terrible movies. Chip says you're closer now. Maybe good chance for the funny thing is, Chip, I was in a West Marine store the other day getting a new GPS unit for the boat we just bought, and I was talking to a treasure hunter, an actual treasure hunter. He was in there upgrading some of his electronics, and he's telling me about his magnetometer, which we'll see 10 feet under the seabed. And he's been doing this for 25 years, and he says he knows the location of some Spanish cannon that he's going to go check out. And it was really interesting talking to him. I haven't talked to a treasure hunter since I talked to one of Mel Fisher's guys after they found the Etosha several years ago. When I was working in a dive shop, this would have been 92, 93 at the time, I think. And one of the guys came up and came to visit the owner of the dive shop because he knew him. He actually taught him how to dive, I guess, years ago. So he brought some of his Spanish gold, like a doubloon they had made into a necklace, things which is really cool. And then I met him again years later when he was friends with Mr. Portillo, the owner of the restaurant, because he used to have a restaurant in Illinois called Key Wester, and it had a lot of artifacts from the Etosha in it. So there was a time where I seriously considered moving down here, of all places, to do treasure hunting, until I realized there really isn't any money in it until you find something, and that could be 30, 40 years or never. So, yeah. Jim says best movie ever. I don't think so. So yeah, guys, lots in the works. So we're looking for that guidance from Jim on the historical content to give it some realistic accuracy and go from there. These plastic minis look really good, really. So we'll get that working on. We've got to come up with a scenario on how we're going to do this and, make that transition almost like another transition game. We go from a gym type created design, virtual game on Excel or whatever tabletop, and then go to a miniatures game. We've had one historical game of letters and marks so far. Yes, that is true. But for the actual scenario we build, we're going to need some historical accuracy on that. Because Pirates of the Caribbean is not. I don't know, Jen. Jen, I think, Captain Sparrow is the best pirate ever. Just saying. They even say it in the movie. The British officer says that might be the best pirate ever. So, odd bit news, they found the SS Karlsruhe in the Baltic. I'm not sure what the SS Karlsruhe is. Did you see the news that they found a big old bomb in the ocean off Poland? And now they're trying to defuse it. This was a bomb from World War II that the British dropped to sink a ship. And obviously this one didn't hit the ship, and it was sitting on the bottom all these years, 70-something years later. Cutthroat is the best pirate movie ever. Jen, what are you doing to me? German cruise liner sunk during World War II, I think. Okay. Jen, we really need to talk about this Cutthroat. Cutthroat is a terrible movie. I'm sorry. It's almost like, was it Pirates of Penzance? Come on. Let's go. Seriously. Yeah, so I don't know, guys. So anyways, I thought I would do a quick chat and catch you up on some things and just let you know where we are. So you kind of got the update on the 13-hour table. So as soon as we can get the video all put together, we'll get it out to you. And I promise you'll like it. A lot of twists and turns. And Chip, I don't know, are you playing any games with Jim in the near future here? The cheese was intentional. There should never be cheese. There should never be cheese in a pirate movie. Never. Never. So, the cheesiest it should ever be is Captain Sparrow, right? He's about as much cheese as I can handle in a pirate movie. But yeah. Sundays have been busy with family. I get it. It's hard sometimes to find that time to game when you have a lot of family commitments. So totally get it. Or the Dread Pirate Roberts. Okay, now you went to a cool place. Okay, long live the Goonies, right? Long live the Goonies. We could transition to a modern Pirates game too. Yeah, because we could get that tanker from Blacksite Studios and have Somali pirates. And then I'll just have a couple PMCs sitting on the deck with some 50 cal Barretts and just boom, baby. Right? That would be it. So, Dread Pirate Roberts is Princess Bride? No, I thought that was Goonies. Oh, you're right. I messed up my movies. One-Eyed Willie. That's Goonies. One-Eyed Willie's Goonies. Dread Pirates is Princess Bride. You're right. I stand corrected. It's been a while since I watched Princess Bride. And Gaz got it. One-Eyed Willie. You're right. So, well, on that note, I'm going to say goodnight. We'll get some content out to you Thursday night as well. Hopefully it'll be the edited full version of the game. I'm trying to edit it down to 1 hour, so it's not a task to watch. It might become a two-parter with an episode lasting no more than an hour, but that is my plan. I just got to go through a lot of video and see what's usable and what isn't, and why is somebody calling. Anyway, so guys, thank you for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it. Everybody here at the Sit Rep Podcast appreciates everybody's support. All support is much appreciated. And even those who are part of the team who come out and comment and are active in the participation, it means a lot to everybody. So thank you guys. I see our friends didn't show back up. That's a darn shame. I was ready to open a can of whoop ass. Let's put it this way. I got some 762 and 553 that might need a new home. Just saying. Just saying. All right. And I know a few hackers that would love to challenge you finding some of these people and doing some really goofy things. All right, guys. So that's it for us here at the Sit Rep Podcast. We will see you in the next episode, show, program, whatever it is. Wow, 7 viewers I've got for an impromptu show. Thank you guys very much for your participation. God bless if you're into that, and we will see you next time.